The Chottanikkara, correction of Jyotiannakkara, Devi Temple, Malayalam, is a famous temple of Mother Goddess Shakthi Devi Rajarajeshwari known as Sree Bhagavathi. Devi is supposed to be residing in the Melkkavu of Chottanikkara along with Lord Vishnu. The temple is located at Chottanikkara near Ernakulam, Kochi in the southern Indian state of Kerala, and is one of the most popular temples in the state and in terms of temple architecture. This temple stands out to be an ultimate testimonial for the ancient vishwakarma sthapathis wooden sculpture. In sculpting this temple along with Sabarimala temple, Sree Mahamaya Bhagawati, Aadiparashakthi, the goddess of power, is one of the most popular deities in Kerala and the supreme mother goddess in Hinduism. Chottanikkara Devi is worshipped at the temple in three different forms: as Saraswati, mother of knowledge, in the morning, draped in white; Lakshmi, mother of wealth, at noon, draped in crimson; and as Shakthi Durga, mother of power, in the evening, decked in blue. Supreme Lord Shiva, Ganesh and Lord Dharmasastha, Ayyappa, is also worshipped at the temple. People suffering from mental illnesses and commonly visit the temple, as Chottanikkara Devi is thought to cure her devotees. One should not miss the Guruthi Pooja in the Keezhkkaavu Temple at Chottanikkara. Goddess Keezhkkaavu Devi is believed to be Bhadrakali, Mahakali, in her fierce form or Ugra form. Bhadrakali is a form of Mother Kali, supposed to be born from the third eye of Lord Shiva, to kill the demon king, Daruka. Guruthi Pooja is a ritual done at late evening to invoke Goddess Mahakali. Earlier, Guruthi Pooja was done only on Fridays, but nowadays, it is performed every day. Mental diseases are believed to be totally cured by Keezhkkaavu Kali. Chottanikkara Makam Thorzal is the famous religious festival temple. Legend: the area in which the temple is situated was once a dense forest that was believed to be infested by Yakshas and Rakshasis. A tribesman named Kanappan used to live in this forest. He was a devout worshipper of Kali, and would ritually sacrifice a cow to her every Friday, the day of the goddess. One day, he found a beautiful black calf near the forest. He kidnapped the calf and took her to his altar. Just before he sacrificed the calf, tribesman's daughter Manamonga stepped in and pleaded to him to stop the sacrifice. The man loved his daughter and thus let her keep the calf as a pet. Unfortunately, Manamonga died some days later, possibly due to a snake bite. Kanappan broke into tears and decided to cremate her body. To his surprise, his daughter's corpse disappeared. A nearby priest told him the reason for such an occurrence. Kanappan used to forcibly take young calves from their mothers and sacrificed them. As punishment, he met the same fate when his daughter died. However, when the tribesman looked for the calf, he found two divine stones in its place. The priest again tells him that the stones were actually divine and that they represented the divine couple, Vishnu and Lakshmi, and to pray before these stones every day and he would be forgiven for what he had done in the past. Since Kanappan's death, the stones were forgotten. One day, a grass cutter came to the forest to cut some wild grass. Since her knife was blunt, she sharpened it on what she thought was a big stone. Only it was a stone. But then it started bleeding. Horrified at what she saw, she brought the matter to the public's attention. A nearby priest was called to solve the problem. After Devaprasnam, it was concluded that the stones were divine. Another legend associated to the temple was that of the spiritual leader Shankaracharya, Adi Shankara. During the time where he lived, Adi Shankara realized that there wasn't a single temple in Kerala that signified the worship of Goddess Saraswati. As a result, He himself went to the Chamundi hills in Karnataka and meditated for many days for the goddess to appear before him. His meditation bore fruit, and before him stood the stunningly beautiful goddess, clad in white. On inquiry, he said that he would like to bring the goddess to Kerala and establish a temple dedicated to her worship. This way, the people from Kerala would not have to go such far-off distances to worship her, as in the case for those who were old and aged. After a lot of persuasion, the goddess agreed. She would follow him by foot wherever he went, but only on one condition. If he trusts her, then he was not allowed to look back to see if she followed him or not. If he did, then wouldn't go any further. He agrees and they proceed walking. They were walking down the Kodachadri hills, with Shankara leading the way and goddess anklets tinkling and letting him know that she was with him. After walking some distance, the tinkling stopped all of a sudden. Shankara waited a few moments and stole a quick look backwards to find the goddess still with him, watching him with reproach. In keeping with the condition, the goddess stopped right there. Shankara, however, was not one to give up. He apologized profusely for breaking the condition and repeatedly begged and pleaded with the goddess to go with him to Kerala. After many pleas, the goddess agrees to a compromise. From early hours of morning, she would come and appear before the devotees at the Chottanikkara temple. Then in the afternoon, she would return to the spot where she stopped. This is the spot which would turn out to be the Mookambika temple. Since then, before the doors of the main sanctum in Mookambika temple were opened, the sanctum doors of the Chottanikkara temple were opened during early morning hours in honor of worshipping goddess Saraswati, where the idol is clad in white garments. The idol at Keezhkkaavu didn't come until after the temple was built. One night, a Brahmin was walking along a moonlit trail. Suddenly, he saw a beautiful woman standing all alone. He offered to escort her home, and she agreed. On the way, he had to stop by a priest's house to whom he had to return a holy manuscript. Reluctantly, the woman agreed to wait for him outside the house. But when the priest inquired the Brahmin as to who had accompanied him at such odd hours of night, he tells the priest that a woman followed him. Sensing danger, the priest warned him that the woman could be a yakshi. The helpless Brahmin asks the priest for help, to which the priest gives some holy stones and says that whenever he felt that the woman was near him, he had to throw the stone at the woman without turning back. This would slow her down and further increase the distance from him. Using these stones, the Brahmin had to reach the Chottanikkara temple lest the yakshi would not harm him. The Brahmin does so accordingly. But as he reached the steps of the temple's sanctum, the woman held him down and transformed into her true form, a bloodthirsty vampire. The Brahmin calls for help, to which goddess Parvati appeared and transformed into Mahakali, an aspect representing her anger. She subdues the vampire and kills her. The goddess then went to wash herself in the pond, where the Kali idol was found hundreds of years later by Valwamangalam of Guru Vayur. Most of the legends associated with the temple are of tribal origin, where Mahakali is believed to protect masses during hard times. As per one of them, the famous Saint Vilvamangalam installed the idol of Bhadrakali, which he unearthed from the temple tank. There are no recorded documentation on these legends. Makam Thorzal, the ritualistic bath of Devi, in ceremonial pond in the morning at the sacred pond, on Akutishira, far on the northern side of the temple. After this, Devi, accompanied by Lord Sastha on the back of 7 caparisoned elephants, march towards the Puraparambu, the traditional vantage point where they remain till 11 a.m. At the midday, the door of Sanctum Sanctorum closes for Ikka Puja, only to reopen at 2 p.m. for the Makam Darsanam. At that time, Devi, who appears in her sacred full-fledged splendor and glory, decked in her sacred gold ornaments, precious jewelry and innumerable garlands. This is exactly the form of vision which Vilwamangalam Swamiya was believed to have had when he faced westward after the Prathishta installation of Keezhkkaavu Bhagawati. Chottanikkara Devi appears at this moment clad in glittering clothes, brilliant ornaments and fine jewelry, with her forearms bearing varam, abhayam, shank and chakram, offering gift and refuge to her ardent devotees. It is fervently believed that darsanam at this moment will result in the fulfillment of all prayers and cherished desires. It is fervently believed that those who gain darsanam at this crucial Mithunalanya will be blessed with the fulfillment of the long-standing desire and prayers. Worship practices. The presiding deity is known by various names like Rajarajeshwari, Mahalakshmi, Bhadrakali, Saraswati, Durga, Bhagavathi and Aman. Rajarajeshwari is worshipped as Saraswati in the morning, Lakshmi in the noon and Durga in the evening. The temple is known for curing mental illness and disorders due to evil spirits. The patients are brought to the priest, who engages with them in some conversation. He nails a part of the hair of the patient in the temple tree, indicating that evil spirit is captured in the tree and the patients are cured of their illness. Neem leaves, lime and chilies are taken home from the temple, which are believed to ward off evil spirits. Important months. Chingam, Tiruvonam is celebrated in the temple with Tiruvonam feast. Annadanam, to all pilgrims. Kani, Navaratri is a famous festival, which attracts large number of devotees. On Vijayadasami day of the Navaratri Utsavam, Vijayarambam is conducted. Varushchikam, the Varushchika Mandala Mahotsavam festival, is celebrated during the entire period of Mandalam season. Daily Annadanam, stage programs, Nama Japam etc. are conducted. During this month, Kartika festival comes. It is the birthday of the goddess and the festival runs for 3 days. Kartika, Rohini and Makairam. On these days, there is Ezhunalipu, Kajcha Saveli, stage program, Deepalankaram, Kartika Vilaku, fireworks etc. There is also Lakshachana and Vedamura Abhishekam for 15 days starting from January 1st. On the Makara Vilaku day there is Lakshadipam, lighting of 1 lakh lamps, and fireworks. Kumbham, the annual festival of the temple comes in Kumbham. It begins with Kodi Yechu, flag hoisting ceremony, on Rohini day, lasts for 7 days and ends on Uthram star. There is Puram Ezhunlipu with 7 elephants in the morning and at night. The Ulsavam ends with Uthram Aratu and Valia Guru the Atham Guru the Medam. On the Vishu day, there will be Vishu Kani, Vishusadya and Ezhunalipu on 3 elephants. Karkitakam, Ramayana Masam, Ramayana month, is celebrated during this period. Daily Puranam reading, Ramayanam, Bhagavatham, etc. Daily Annadanam, devotional speeches and discourse etc. is conducted. There is also Ilam Nira, when fresh paddy of the year is offered to God. Tuesday and Friday are important dates for Bhagavathi temples. You can see heavy rush on these days. Distance to Chottanikkara Temple. From Kochi International Airport 38 km. Ernakulam South Railway Station 15 km. Ernakulam North Railway Station 17 km. Ernakulam K. S. R. T. C. Bus stand 16 km. Kalur Private Bus Stand 17 km. Thripunnitura Railway Station 7 km. Transportation. Air. International Airport is at Nadambasari, near Aluva, about 22 km away from Ernakulam. Kochi. Rail. The nearest railway station is Chottanikkara Road, KFE, which is close to the temple, but only a few trains stop at this station. The nearest station, Main, is at Tripunithura railway station about 6.4 kilometers. Another nearby one is Ernakulam, about 17 kilometers away from Chottanikkara. The two railway stations in Kochi are Ernakulam Junction and Ernakulam Town Road. KSRTC Central Bus Station is near the Ernakulam Junction railway station. There are plenty of private buses available for travel from Ernakulam to other cities. See also Mookambika Temple, Temples of Kerala, official temple page, Tiruvankulam tourism page.